Welcome back to another episode of Happiness Now. I am with Narayani and Surjo, and this time we're talking about something super important, and I have to say it's one of my favorite subjects that we've addressed till now: the importance of relaxation and how to relax. Most texts and practices say relax, surrender, but they also say focus and concentrate. And you have sort of addressed this in an earlier episode about intuition. Can you clarify this a little more in detail?
There is a balance to be struck between relaxation and willpower. Because if we entirely give energy to relaxation, it becomes very passive, the spiritual journey. And a lot of people, in fact, use this passivity. I'm just surrendering. I make no plans. I'm just going with the flow. And there's truth there. But if there's not enough energy behind that surrender, it can't be a surrender that says, I've lost, the war is, the enemy has broken through and now I have no other option but to surrender. It has to be a surrender that says, everything that I am, I give to you. But in order to give everything that you are, you need to have everything that you are. And in the yogic tradition, everything that you are is your prana, your life force, your energy. So there has to be a lot of energy involved in relaxation. That said, our Guru Paramahansa Yogananda said, in the beginning, it's more important to emphasize relaxation because people can get very tense about. When we think about goals, especially if you even think about self-realization or whatever your spiritual goals may be, whenever we think about goals, there's this tension behind that goal. I have to get there. But on the other side, the spiritual journey is said to be, there is nowhere to go. Spirit's already in you, all around you, in every thought, in every word. Where that perfect balance comes, one can say is the very spiritual path itself, finding that perfect balance. But let's talk about relaxation for a while because it is a very important thing. And the key element here is, how do I relax without becoming passive? And, the spiritual path can also be described as a super conscious experience, right? And super consciousness, Yogananda said, rests not above. It's not like subconscious, conscious, and super conscious. But he said super consciousness is in between subconsciousness and consciousness. What does that mean? When two things are in between, which means they draw from both energies. So when we sit to meditate, for example, how much we talk about, the spine needs to be straight and the gaze needs. So there's a lot of conscious effort that needs to be there. But at the same time, we talk about how important it is to relax. And that is the subconscious aspect. So a superconscious experience is drawing the conscious mind and the subconscious experience together. But anytime we talk about, say, doing something or achieving something, naturally tension sets in, just as a natural byproduct. And therefore, it's more important for us to learn how to relax dynamically, how to relax in a way that the energy doesn't drop, but the nadis, the nervous system, is open. That's the key element of relaxation. When there's tension, nadis, the energy channels, they constrict. And when they constrict, things can't flow freely. In fact, grace can't also be received when anything is in tension. But when you're able to open them, when you're able to relax them, that's when that energy starts to flow more and more freely. Let's see if Narayani has other thoughts before we jump back into other aspects.
Well, I was thinking about the different levels of relaxation that we should keep in mind. And relaxation of the physical body, relaxation of the mind, and relaxation of the soul. Paramahansa Yogananda gave specific exercises to relax these three aspects of us. He said to relax the body, tense your body with a double inhalation through the nose. tense your whole body until it vibrates. And then with the double exhalation through the mouth, relax your body, and you are ultimately expelling the toxins and the tension accumulated in your physical body. He said, every time you feel your physical energy is dropping, you feel sleepy, you feel drowsy, you feel a little bit, your mind is not that sharp, do this exercise 5 to 10 times, and you will regain that energy and therefore relaxation of the body. You can do this before going to bed and the moment you wake up, and that will help your body to be dynamically relaxed. How to address the relaxation of the mind? Well, we all know the importance and the power of pranayama. And Paramahansa Yogananda also recommended this very simple pranayama, the even count breathing pranayama. We inhale through the nose to a count of 6, for example. Hold the breath, gazing your gaze at the point between the eyebrows to a count of 6. Exhale through the nose to a count of 6. Very simple pranayama to relax the mind, our thoughts, the restlessness, the worries, the doubts, the fogginess in the mind. Very recently, many of us challenged ourselves to practice this pranayama throughout the day, every 2 hours. So every 2 hours, no matter what we were doing, we stopped and we just practiced this pranayama 10 times. It was amazing to see how the mind came to that center, to that point of relaxation, to that pause that helps us to relax and to detach from whatever we are doing. And then moving forward to the relaxation of the soul. There is nothing like meditation. Just 5, 10, 15 minutes of meditation daily, morning and evening, or throughout the day. Whenever you have a moment, find that moment of rest, of pause, where you create bridges between each activity, where you detach yourself, where you add active relaxation throughout the day. And if we learn to simplify our lives, to feed ourselves, and to relax at a physical body, mental, and at a soul level, I don't think the problem of anxiety and, the restlessness, chasing things and running behind things that will never give us happiness unless that we first come to our center, learn to relax, and in that openness to gain the clarity to see what are we really looking for.
Anything we want to achieve in life requires energy, focus. You can say to somebody on the spiritual path, learn to really relax and surrender, but you can't say that to a businessman. And you can't say that to, somebody who's out there trying to create something for themselves. However, it applies just as much to them, because we have to understand relaxation again, not from some sort of, I just don't need to be doing anything. But relaxation is that openness, the opening off, as Narayani was showing us these exercises, all of them open aspects of us. And that's what relaxation means. Now, if as a businessman or whoever it is, you're asking somebody to focus, what does focus mean? What does that concentration require? It requires that all the energy that they have and possess in that moment is unidirectionally kind of directed and guided towards the fulfillment of whatever that goal is. If there isn't enough relaxation, there will never be enough prana to actually gather, to accumulate. And therefore, there will never be enough energy behind your focus, no matter what you do. That's a key element of why relaxation is, and as Yogananda said, let's emphasize relaxation first, because relaxation allows us to kind of unlock a lot of stored prana, a lot of condensed energy that's kind of blocked and held in our bodies, in our minds. So if my mind's restless, that means that much of my prana and energy is already utilized. So it's not available for me to do anything with. If my body is tense, that means all that energy is now in my muscles already utilized. So I don't have enough energy to do anything, whatever's remaining. And that is why a lot of people don't have very successful meditations, because they don't have enough energy to work with. So it's a very key kind of element of anything that we want to do, to emphasize relaxation in the right way.
If we keep just, getting busy, and the only moment that we relax is when we go on a holiday, we are not really learning how to relax on a daily basis. And we always find ourselves, between these opposites, or too busy. But then the day I have off, I'm just spending the whole day watching Netflix and doing nothing. So therefore, I'm going through a very active phase to a very tamasic. And the key point here is how we can find our balance on a daily basis and sustain that balance. And I would suggest make sure that every day you do something that is creative, that is uplifting, that has nothing to do with your work, something that opens your heart, that makes you joyful, something artistic, that where your mind is not involved and other aspects of yourself get to be expressed and manifested.
I mean, what you just said also explains how businessmen or tycoons, they are supposedly in stressful situations, but when you meet them or you listen to them, they're very calm. They're very centered. They seem to have something that a lot of us have not figured out. So how do we make the most of it?
What they have is just a lot more energy than we do. Energy kind of, you can say, creates relaxation, which is kind of a counterintuitive thought, because otherwise it's just very passive. So otherwise we can't do anything when we relax. So they've got these two elements. They have a lot of energy, which, kids can have a lot of energy, but then it's just all over the place. You can't get a child to just sit here, just do this, when they're restless. But when that energy is channeled, then amazing things are able to be created. It just requires us every day to find ways to channel it. If I have 10 minutes and I sit for 10 minutes and I realize, wow, with no outward stimuli, with no agenda, with nothing else to do, still I can't channel my energy. Still I can't stay focused. Still I can't watch my breath for more than a few seconds before the mind disappears off into another land. Still I can't hold my thoughts a little bit open so that I don't just get bombarded by them constantly. So that's an amazing, you can say, barometer for our own selves to say, if I can't do it in such a simple, unstressful, nothing else is happening situation for 10 minutes, obviously I'm not going to be able to do it when the whole world is bombarding me from all sides. And all of them, all these people that we are talking about, they may not have a meditative practice, the way we might call it so, but they all have means and ways by which they've learned to channel and focus. And it's something they do every day. None of them will say, today I don't need to do this because I've got enough focus already. They'll stay with it, whether it's a sport they play, whether it's reading that they do in a very focused, this time is only for this kind of energy, which none of us tend to have so much of. Even when I'm reading, I'm a little scattered. Even when I'm working, I'm scattered, and so on and so forth. It's only because we don't emphasize or honor the power of concentration. Then it can't honor us in return.
Yogananda said that the minutes are more important than the years. So every minute you are building your lifestyle, you are building your health, your mental health, your state of well-being that doesn't come by outer success, but how are you able to manage and to channel your own energy daily.
Lovely. I can't believe how you guys clarify such mystical things that almost seem etheric. Like, this is how you relax the body, this is how you relax the mind. This is how, it's so simple with you all. It's such a blessing to go through this with you. Should we do a little meditation?
So, all of us who are listening, let's do this together. Let's inhale with a double breath through the nose. Let's begin to tense the body. Tense it gradually, low, medium, high, then vibrate your entire body, and then exhale through the mouth. And begin gradually, slowly, with control to let go until the body is completely relaxed. Let's do this twice more. Each time try to put out just a little bit more will. Vibrate the body a little beyond your limit, and then exhale. And as you relax, consciously feel that you're withdrawing that life force away from the physical body. Once again, this time squeeze also your brain and your head and your face. And that final exhalation. And allow that surrender that we were talking about. Just making sure when we surrender and relax, we don't droop the spine, the shoulders, but that energy keeps our body upright, keeps our heart open, our shoulders relaxed. And feel the difference for a moment. Let's shift our focus to the mind now. So together, let us inhale. We'll do a count of 6 and 6 of holding, 6 of exhaling. So let's inhale through the nose. Hold. If you can keep your gaze gently uplifted, feel the energy in your brain. Exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale, twice more. Increase the time if you're able to, but keep those 3 elements balanced in the same count. Feel, especially when you hold your breath, that there is no tension, that you're not forcing, but that you're able to relax in that pause. And then with that final exhalation, once again, feel the mind, feel the brain, feel your thoughts, having harmonized with the breath, slower, yet more alert, no longer confused, but clear, awake. Harmonize these 2 relaxations now of body and mind. If you feel to, you can just watch your breath flowing in and out for a few seconds. This will ensure that the mind has something to focus on. Become aware, if you can, of the openness of the nervous system, especially in the physical body. When energy flows freely, unobstructed, That is the state of highest relaxation. Stay with the breath just a little while longer. Now take a moment to kind of take a mental snapshot of this feeling. This is the state of relaxation we should be feeling even while we are active. And once you create a yardstick for relaxation, then you can return to it again and again, whenever required. Carry this relaxation consciously into the next activity. And whenever you are ready, open your eyes.
Please stay in this meditative space for as long as you like. We encourage you to hear this episode again and again, because every time I strongly feel you will get something new out of it. We'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care.